keeps dropping low, low, low.
Howdy doody, Cloud here. Got a different type of video for you today. Don't know why I'm talking like this, but we shall keep going. 7 tips and tricks, or 7 essentials, or 7 things I wish I knew. Tip number 1. You can play this either seated or standing. Stand for the fun stuff. Exploring POIs, natural melee swings, make sure you've got that proper arc so you can really swing at the zombies, make sure there's nothing around you, behind you. This is the fun part of playing. But then we have the not so fun part. The amount of driving, crafting. You might be doing this for an hour or two. Right? We've all played this game in flat. We know what it's like to come home from a multi-quest run. You've looted 3 POIs and you're absolutely packed to the rafters. You get back to base, you go through the entire ordeal of sorting through it, and before you know it, it's been 2 hours. Sit whenever you're driving, crafting, or inventory sorting. This reduces fatigue and lets you play for those long hours that this game will require. There's the companion cube. Hey! I haven't seen that in a while. Tip 2. Calibration. Have you lost your height after ducking IRL? Or have you logged in and you looked like this? You just long press both thumbsticks together. That'll reset your height. Additionally though, you can come into the 7D VR options, the General tab, and right here you'll see a mode called Seated Mode. So I'm standing right now, and if I want to switch, I will physically sit down while my character does a 360, and I will turn Seated Mode on. And now I am seated at the right height. Whoa! That's an alternative in case the long press both thumbsticks doesn't work. Get used to calibrating on the fly. Don't think of it as a once and done thing.
My hands feel slow.
The quick stack combo. This tip should have been number 1, but I wanted to get those other 2 out of the way. This combination, double grip, and then press A. This is absolutely paramount for you enjoying your time here. This will make your life a whole lot easier.
Inventory blues.
Tip number 4, more combos. So learn the shortcuts. Left grip, click. That's the horn. Left grip, left click. The right grip and right click stick is of course your flashlight, laser sight, any kind of attachment where you would normally press F for flashlight. Right grip, right click. Look, the combos, I made this a double tip, like 3 and 4, because they are so important. Absolutely learning the combos will just, it immeasurably makes us faster. You've only got a few buttons on your controllers. This game usually requires a keyboard and mouse, so definitely get used to that. So, I just want to add, before I get on to the next one, I'm using OVR advanced settings here, where I can just use a play space dragger and move my height. I can definitely do a video on that if you want a video on how to set up OVR advanced settings to get that working with 7 days.
No time for sleep.
Now, tip number 5, performance. Are things popping in at your feet? Install the OpenVR FSR tool. This hijacks AMD's Fidelity FX super resolution into the game at the cost of a visual trade-off. Some players, myself included, can see up to a 30% higher frame rates, so it's pretty much a no-brainer to actually give this one a whirl. You get smoother head turns, which is less nausea, which can then obviously turn into longer play sessions. If you need help with installing this one, I would hop on over to the Discord. We can hopefully help you out there if you just send us some logs or screenshots. We're pretty helpful over there, especially with this one, because this one we know gets people into the game. It's very specific to your rig, your setup, and things like that. But we have identified over the time the key areas that will give you the most noticeable improvements or drastic changes to help you fine-tune your experience.
VR
Okay, tip number 6, embrace hybrid mode. I may have touched on the seated standing thing before, but there's an additional layer or an axis of enjoyment you can play this game. So I can physically swing, just use the trigger, and that simulates me doing a mouse click on my mouse. Beautiful. This is especially useful when there's like a box up there. Hybrid gameplay really helps with this. Okay, tip number 7. Okay, this one is a follow-on from the previous one for those days that you just don't even want to get in VR, even if you're going to be sitting down. Don't have your VR headset hooked up. Just leave it turned off, unplugged. Double-click on the EXE on the desktop. The game will boot up just as it normally would. There'll be a message saying, Steam VR, can't find your head. Yeah, just ignore it. Close it. Now you're in flat. Okay, we just need to work on the landing. Nice. Hopping back into VR is as simple as putting on the headset. After a restart, of course. It's not going to be that easy, I wish. There is no game that can switch from VR to flat without restarting or some kind of exit and reinitialization, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments if you know of a game that lets you switch in between VR and flat.
No lines, just skies.
Recently, I upgraded to the Bobo S3 headstrap. It's the Halo Ring design headstrap, and I didn't realize how much I needed this until I got it. I had a Kiwi design headstrap from before. It was good. It was one of the cheap ones, and it was fine. Now I upgraded to the Bobo S3, and I've been playing longer hours. I get less irritations. I'm not constantly adjusting it and fixing it. I literally put it on, and I completely forget about it until I take it off again. Like, I literally forget that I'm wearing this headset. So comfort is king. Spend the time to fine-tune your IPD. Make sure it's right. Make sure the head strap is as comfy as it's going to get. Any kind of cushioning you can add. A pillow under your bum. Things like that to really get this as the most comfortable experience possible. So that's what this video is about. It's about my collation or curation of little tips and tricks to try and get you the maximum amount of time to be playing in this game for, so that you can keep up with your flat screen mates who are zooming around without a care in the world. Alright, and that's my video. The 7 essentials for 7D VR. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something. If you did, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. Let me know. It helps the algorithm. Thanks for watching.